going live. And I think we're live. Hi friends, Lindsay here for Swing Design. How are you doing today? Let me just have you like say hi or hey, tell me where you're watching from so I know that you can hear me. And then we'll go ahead and get started with our project. So what are you working on? Anything fun, crafty? Do you have lots of orders from your customers? Let us know. We always like to hear what you are working on. Today we are working with the Silhouette Cameo 4 and our heat press, which reminds me, need to turn that on so that it is ready to go for us because we are doing an HTV layering project. It's this really cute toddler summery t-shirt. Okay, so I got my heat press going, so that'll heat up. And let's see, it's set at, yeah, that's, actually let me reset it. There we go. Okay, all right, so we are at the right temperature, and let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch the camera view here. Give me just a second. And this is the design that we're working with. I just printed it out in black and white, just because I like to see how it's going to fit on the actual shirt itself. So this is just a 100% cotton shirt that I got at the craft store. And with this particular design, there's lots of different layers with it. So when you're working with like 100% cotton, what can happen is you're going to get some shrinkage from all the different layers. So what you want to be careful about is applying too much heat too soon. So what we'll end up doing is putting the layers down by pressing them just for like 1 second to tack them down, and then putting our next layer over the top of that, and then at the very end pressing for about the full amount of time. That way all of our HTV is going to line up perfectly, because if we get too much shrinkage from some of the bottom layers, then it might not line up perfectly. So and that's not fun. We don't, we want to be able to like their finished project. And we have Bambi. Hi, thanks for joining us. I'm so glad you're here. So I have actually gone ahead and cut out all the layers except for the yellow. And we're going to do that now on our Silhouette Cameo 4. So I have that set up here. And what I wanted to just point out is that the Cameo 4, this is what I have. You would, when you're cutting without a mat, you would load like your 12 by 12 inch or 12 inch wide HTV material. Now you can also purchase HTV 15 inches wide. And why would you want to do that? Well, if you've got the Silhouette Cameo 4 Plus, that is a wider machine. So you're going to be able to cut 15 inches wide. So having this wider material is, really helpful for either bigger t-shirts, or if you're making very large signs, stuff like that. And if you've, purchased some 15 inches, you won't be able to fit it in the machine unless you, or in the Cameo, just the regular Cameo, unless you cut it down. So that's what I do, I just cut it down. Or you can just grab yourself a 15-inch machine too. So anyway, I am using this 12-inch, I think it's actually 15 this way, and 12 inches this way. So when you're cutting without a mat, you do need to move in this roller, and it'll like click into place, and then you load it in here, and I just load it like that. There is a roll feeder at the bottom of the machine, but this is a smaller roll or sheet, I guess, so I don't really need to put it on the, let's go ahead and send it. So I'm in the Silhouette Studio program, and I'm going to have a cut, and it's just a simple cut, so that'll go ahead and do that there. See, there you go. And it probably did fine. Normally I would do test reading, but I'm sure it's fine. So I just need a pair of scissors to trim off this little bit here. The design I am working with, this super cute little pineapple who's just, you know, too cute, you know, too cool for school with her little heart sunglasses. This comes from the all-new Craft I'm mixing up HTV and SVG. So all-new Craft SVG bundle. Over at So Fancy. And there's lots more designs in the bundle too. So lots more summer stuff and lots of different fun things you can make for yourself, like, or, you know, for your customers or your family. I'm making this little toddler t-shirt for my little niece. And actually, I'm going to leave my heat press here. But it's so cute that I'm like, I think I want one for myself. Okay. So, now, like I said earlier, with the 100% cotton, you are going to get some shrinkage with the material because it's a natural fiber. So if you were working with like a polyester material, you might not experience as much shrinking with the design and the shirt. So that's something to keep in mind too. Okay. All right, so I cut it out here. And then, you know, I always like to print out the design, and I've seen it in color so I know what it looks like. But I can also pull it on my computer too, so I can figure out which layer is the first one to go down first. Which I was actually looking at this earlier today, and I realized that this little pineapple, the stick for her popsicle actually is under her hand, so technically that little tiny stick for the popsicle would be the first layer, but I don't really want to just put down that teeny tiny little thing first because it's just going to be difficult to know exactly where it needs to go. I mean, and I can always put it on over. See, this is so much easier to know, like, to line it up. And so actually, I do want to fold it in half to find the center. So this is a really easy way to make sure that your design is centered, is you fold it like this, and then you press it so that you get a nice crease going straight down the center, and then you can line it up with the design that you have. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just press this just like that. And what I have linked to for the heat press is the 9x12 pink craft heat press. It's at a fabulous price, and it comes with, there's a bundle up there too that comes with vinyl. And This is a great like starter heat press, or you know, if you're just getting into like shirt making, because a heat press is going to definitely be your best bet when it comes to making shirts. You just can't get the same type of pressure and consistency with a home iron. So I linked to the pink craft press. So it's so cute. So you can go ahead and check that out too. All right, so with that, now I have a nice crease down there, and it's going to be super easy to line that up. And actually, I have to remember that there's the Aloha Summer at the bottom there too, so I actually wouldn't want to center this. So I like to have this printed out, and I just kind of eyeball it. And then I kind of want to try something. Let's take out the dog here. I don't know if any of you else out there craft with little fur friends, but they seem to like to leave their little pieces behind them. So, okay, I'm going to try something. I've never done this before. I'm going to try and take this little tiny popsicle stick and just put it under her little hand. That way I don't have to put it on. I have no idea if this is going to work. I don't see why it wouldn't. Oops, kind of want it straighter than that, but this actually might be okay. So, if it doesn't work out, then at least you didn't waste the vinyl, right? But I'm pretty sure it's going to work. That's fine. Yeah, I don't want to play with it too much. Actually, I do. I don't know if any of you are very particular, but we all have our like little, you know, peccadillos, or you know, little quirks that come with crafting and what makes us unique. And so that little adjustment there, that made me happy. Perfect. Okay, so then we'll have the Aloha Summer down there, and there. Okay, so then now let's go ahead and actually grab a pressing pillow. So the reason I want to use a pressing pillow is because with this shirt, especially with smaller shirts, like on a larger press, so this is I'm using a 15 by 15. If you had a smaller press, then you might be able to let the seams actually fold off the edge, because that little bit of difference in height, you know, or in thickness, could mean, you know, the difference between a nice press or not. So you can also use a pressing pillow, which I am going to do. So I'll just stick that in there, and then this is going to raise up the HTV. Here we go. So that the platen is going to then give nice firm pressure to the actual design, and these seams won't get in the way. So we want to make sure that the seams are hanging off the edge of the pressing pillow. So let's go ahead. This is Caesar Easy Weed. So because this is my first layer, all I want to do is just do a 1 second press to tack it down. So I'm going to put that over here on my press, and I'm just going to do 1 second, press it, and lift it back up. Okay. Then I can take off the carrier sheet. And that worked perfectly to get that little popsicle stick under the hand. It was perfect. I love that. Okay. Then next I got to figure out which is the next layer, which I think is this one. Yes. So I'm just going to line it up here. And then I'm going to do the same exact thing. I've got the pressing pillow on underneath. And normally I wouldn't take this off my heat press. I just, want you to be able to see it. I would just, line this up here. All right, so we're going to line this up and then put it back on the press. And then again, just 1 second. But this time because, here, let me just show you really fast. Because I have exposed HTV, you do not want this touching the top part of your heat press. So you need to use like a Teflon sheet or parchment paper, which is what I end up using. So I have a piece here that I'm just going to cut really fast. Because what will happen is if you press the platen straight onto the HTV, it's just going to melt it. And then you'll be sad. And that's no fun. Okay. So then you go ahead, put that back on. Put your protective cover sheet over it. And then again, press for 1 second. Just for 1 quick second. And this time it is actually 1 second. You know how when you say to someone, okay, just give me a sec. It's not really a second, right? All right. Press it down and pull it up. There you go. Okay, and then peel that up there. And I lined it up pretty well. I didn't get the bottom super great, but I'm okay with that. Next is this part here. And actually what I did in the design itself is this was an outline and I just filled it in the actual software. So it would give me a little extra wiggle room. Oops, I think I've been paused. Let me see if we can get back here. Hopefully it'll just take me back. Am I back? I think I was paused there for a second. Sorry about that. Maybe it's the internet, maybe it's the weather, I don't know. Maybe it's the moon. Okay, so that is lined up pretty well. I mean, I think it'll be okay like that. Alright, so then I'm going to do the same thing again, put it back on my press. And then 1 second. And then lift it up. Okay. Then we can peel that off there. Very, very nice. Alright, so the next layer, I think, is the parts of her little face. These little cheeks. Which I want to show you what I did here. Because I wanted to keep these little circles together so I didn't have to individually place them, but I didn't want to completely lose out on, this valuable piece of vinyl here. So what I ended up doing is actually just cutting the popsicle right in the middle there. So I could still, use this valuable piece of vinyl. And actually I could probably press this, huh? Yeah, I'll press that. And this. Actually, I'm going to do the sunglasses. Yeah, that's good. Okay, let's do sunglasses. And I think I can fit the cheeks in there. The one thing that you want to make sure that you do not do is that you don't put any of the HTV over one of the carrier sheets, because then obviously it's not sticking to your shirt. Okay, so that actually is good. And then I have the little mouth. Oh, that's so cute. I think that's good. Yes, okay, so I'm gonna press that again for 1 second. Putting the protective cover sheet over it so I don't melt my vinyl. Okay, 1 second, and pull it back up. Then I can pull up these pieces here. So I'm gonna pull up that. Cute. Oh, this shoe would be cute if she had little eyes. That would be cute as little glasses. But I decided to make them, well, sunglasses. That's what they were in the design, and I cut them from metal. So this is Caesar metal to give it like a really reflective look, like sunglasses, like she's in the sun or something. And then there is these little popsicle lines in the popsicle stick. I can line up there. There are these hearts in the design as well. And I think I can layer those. I'm going to make sure that they are on the pressing pillow underneath. So I'll put those there. And then I have the Aloha Summer, which I can put here. Perfect. Okay, so then this is going to be my last layer. And so what I had said earlier is that we're going to press the layer for the full amount of time. Well, actually what I meant to say is we're going to tack this down, then we're going to take the carrier sheets off, and then we'll press it for the full time. And the reason I do this is so that you know, these places where the carrier sheet is going to be placed in the actual HTV, I don't want it to leave a little mark there, because sometimes that can happen, and I want to avoid that. So I am going to transfer this back over to my heat press and put the protective sheet on there, and then press it again. 1 second. Pull it back up. Pull off the carrier sheets. What's that? Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Oops. So, okay, so what happened here is actually there was some of that carrier sheet underneath the vinyl of this heart. So, you do want to be careful of that. So, what we're going to do is try and save it. I think it'll be fine. So, I'm going to try and... HTV can be quite forgiving. Well, I might just have to either press something. I might just have to press ooh. Actually, I might be able to save it. I don't know. I might have to just press something over it, or use a remover and just remove that. So, yeah, I think I'll just cut it. So, you know, sometimes we make do. But that's what I was saying earlier, is you definitely want to make sure that none of the HTV is overlapping with the carrier sheet. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press it for 10 seconds. I still have the pressing pillow underneath the design so that the seams don't get in the way or interfere with the design. And then I'm going to press it. for 10 seconds because we've already pressed about 5 times. And Easy Weed is like a 5 to 10 or 15 to 10 second press. But then there it is, our finished adorable little Aloha summer shirt. So cute. I love the chrome in the, I'm going to turn off my heat press. Love the chrome in the sunglasses. I think that's so cute. And then I think what I'm going to do, like you can barely see it. I think what I'll do is I'll just cut a heart that's slightly bigger and then I'll just put that over it. And it'll be completely fine. But then there you go. HTV layering. Looks great and I'm pretty darn happy with it. So let's go ahead and switch the camera view here. So thank you so much for stopping by and layering this shirt with me. I think it turned out great. And I have links in the description for the HTV. Remember, if you've got the Silhouette Cameo Plus, Silhouette Cameo 4 Plus, you can cut up to 15 inches wide. So you can use those wider pieces of vinyl. But if you've got the standard Cameo, then you can still buy the 15-inch wide. I would just, do the 12 inches because then you don't have to trim it down. But you can just trim down the 15 inches too. And then for your heat press, I've linked the pink craft press in there as well. And then if you liked the design, super cute little Aloha summer, then that is from the all new craft SBG bundle over at So Fancy as well. And then also a written tutorial. So if you want to see all of this written down, then you can check that out as well. So thank you so much. This is Lindsay for Swing Design, and I appreciate you stopping by. So have a great rest of your day. Bye.